Hi everyone, welcome back to another video from us. So today we are going to talk about a very interesting topic that I've been eagerly waiting for this video. So today we will be talking about our past life desires and how we can decode it with the help of Vedic astrology. We can do it ourselves by looking at our charts, by seeing the placement of the moon. So today's video is all about the moon. I also welcome Himanshu today with us. And so both of us here are going to decode past life secrets with the help of moon. So first of all, I would like to just talk about why is it that the moon is so important to see the past life desires. To answer that, I would like to go back thousands of years in ancient India to talk about how in Hinduism and Buddhism we believe that in this lifetime, whatever we get and aspire is not really, it's not really just the result of this current life, but we have to go back to several past lives in order to really analyze what we want. Because deep down, what happens is sometimes some people are not even aware of their desires. So some people take the help of past life regression, some others through meditation, they try to uncover their past life secrets, and so on. So we see historically that in Hinduism and Buddhism especially, we talk about how desires are illusionary. Buddha, of course, he's famous to have said that the only reason why there's so much sorrow in human life is because there's so much clinging to desires. Like, of course, we all know about the story how he went outside his palace one day and he saw there was death and old people dying and sickness and so much sorrow all around. We see how his mind got a sudden jolt that it made him think that, okay, what is exactly the reason behind all this sorrow? And then, of course, he went out on this quest in a journey to find out the reason. And of course, the main reason that he gave was that human desires are insatiable. We go on wanting. The human mind is like a monkey, as we commonly term it. So it just jumps from one object to another just like that. And if you notice, like especially for somebody who meditates, will be able to tell you that how when we are in a constant state of desire, our mind is really unbalanced and unstable. Like there are, it's pretty common that the minute we get something of our desire, let's say you've been trying to get that perfect job or buy that perfect house or that car, sometimes we see that, okay, the desire came true, but the minute it comes true, isn't it, Himanshu, that we automatically start thinking about the next desire? I mean, I don't know about you, but it's definitely true for me.
Yes, it's like
Uh,
human nature,
yeah, it is
uh,
human nature.
and
Yeah,
whenever some desire will left, so it will always trigger in our mind. Something is left, something is
yeah,
missing.
true. And today, in this age of technology, we're constantly in social media. We see that other people's lives, we just see that it seems to us as if the grass is greener on the other side. We see that people only come to social media to brag about their lives and just give out. They just talk about their designs being filling up, but nobody talks about the frustration and whatever sorrows are left in their families in their day-to-day lives. So I guess the mind is the depository of these desires, and so according to ancient Buddhism and Hinduism, we see that the root of all this sorrow is hidden in our desires. And of course, I'm not just talking about desires of the current life, but I think human itself, is a depository of desires of several lives, according to Hinduism and Buddhism. And so we see that the mind is often considered to be this fickle natured being, just jumping from one person to another, just like that one desirable object to another, but it's never happy. So according to Hinduism and Buddhism, what happens is that by the end of one human life, as we grow older, we begin to reflect over the desires that didn't come true, and then slowly those desires start putting seeds into our unconscious mind. And so when a person dies, these desires become so prominent that they take up the seed, and these desires like decide what the next life. Of course, the karma is also there, but basically what we want is often, like, it is often said to have fulfilled, and that is the reason why the next birth is taken along with the karmas. And if one has done good karma, then those desires become fulfilled. So now coming back to science, we see that again, the moon is also like it affects our I mean, a lot of people might have noticed that during the lunar cycle, at least I know I do, that the mood swings often fluctuates. Like I can be really prone to depression and negative thinking around 1 or 2 days before the new moon and the full moon. I don't know about you, Himanshu. Is it? Do you feel any difference
Yes,
during these days?
something is there like on full moon and new moon day. If we
Yeah.
see scientifically also, like there are changes in the waves. So waves are
Yeah,
like
definitely.
emotions, like
Yeah.
tides are like emotions in our body.
Mm,
So
yeah.
it always the energy is flowing upwards. So things are changing
Yeah.
at that time.
True. Yes. And also we see that, I mean, animals also are equally affected by the lunar cycles. And so we see that how important it is for us to understand what exactly is going on with the moon in our horoscopes in astrology. So now coming back, if we recall what I said earlier about the human mind, is that it is very fickle. It likes to jump from one desire to another. It wants to stay happy, and somewhere I think whatever grief we have, we try to hide it by focusing our mind constantly in one desirable object to another. So now, when we talk about astrology, we also learn that the nature of the moon can be quite fickle. It just wants to desire things. Like the moon is. We see that the desires of the moon is insatiable. The moon supposedly has 27 wives, which are the nakshatras. So we see that the moon is very sexual. He's fun loving, and he loves food, he wants good clothes. And we see how similar the analogy is with the human mind and the moon in terms of astrology. Would you want to add anything to this?
Yeah, so as you told about like 27 nakshatras and all, like, so
Yeah.
if we see moon is the fastest planet, so every
Yes.
time he has to change his place, like if he has 27 wives or say 27 nakshatras, so that
Yeah.
he is changing the place. One day one nakshatra, second day second
Yeah.
nakshatra. So
Quick
every
moving.
nakshatra
Yes.
has a their different feel mind and
Yeah.
different habits.
Set of
According
patterns
to
and
that,
thinking.
yeah,
Yes.
our patterns and thinking will change day by day. Like for a minute we are very happy, and after that, so after some time we are very sad because of
Suddenly depressed.
yeah,
Yes.
because of the moon only, because moon is very
Yeah.
powerful. And
Yeah.
if we try to control our mind, that means we are trying to control our moon.
Yeah.
uh,
Exactly.
so uh, ac- uh, I want to add, like we are talking about, like in our dreams video we have talked about so many people, and we'll come to know that when they are talking about their past life, they talk about their some pending desires. And
Yes.
when we go deep into that and research about that, so we'll find a very unique thing, like whatever the past life desires are left, uh,
Yeah.
so that is shown in present life moon placement.
Yeah.
Because
Exactly.
if we see, people are working hard day by day to fulfill their desires only. And many
Yeah,
times,
of course.
if we see, like many people did not get moksha because
Yeah,
their
exactly.
desires are something has been
Still
left to,
unfulfilled. They're
yeah,
still clinging
something.
to something.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
something is unfulfilled. What this unfulfillment is a desire. If you don't have any desire, then that means
Then
you,
obviously
yeah.
it
So
means that the
you did not.
journey as a soul in this earth is coming to an end, and you're going to be free from the cycle of birth and death, which is known as moksha, of
Yes.
course.
So as we talk, like as we are talking to different people, we'll get to know by analyzing their dreams and all, who are
Exactly. That
meditating.
what exactly they want. Yeah.
Yeah, who are meditating. Some people, we met some people whose like chakras has been activated, and they share their
Yeah.
knowledge on how their past life is, and also like what are the desires they left in their past life. So we
Mhm.
we go to different charts also, and we after giving their details, like after listening their dreams and past life, we just search on their horoscope, and we'll get a prominent thing that wherever the moon sits, that
Yeah.
represents your pending past life desires. Due to that, to
Desires. Yeah.
fulfill that, you come to this life. So
Yeah.
if we see,
Exactly.
for example, like in seventh house, if your moon is in seventh house, so something
Hmm.
related to either you
Relationships,
want to do a,
unionship.
yeah,
Yeah.
you want to do a business in past life, you don't
Hmm.
able to do a business, that is your past life. Or either you
Yeah.
want to get married, and in the early age you died, or you are not able to married in your past life, so that
Hmm.
utter desire is there. Due to that,
Yeah.
the person will get this life.
Yeah.
So we have
Exactly.
been like talking to 4 5 people, and to one of them, can you share something on that, like one or two charts
Yeah,
on that?
actually, I have met many people online and offline as well. People who have remembered their past lives. Actually, I did not believe in these things at all. I didn't even believe in astrology or anything. It's just that 3 years back I started meditating, and slowly, I started getting some flashbacks from very early life, and then gradually, suddenly, all of a sudden, I started getting memories of a different lifetime altogether. I know it sounds pretty insane, but slowly I was able to. It took me some days to realize that it was actually the memories of a previous life, and these memories are actually quite vivid, and they just came out of the blue all of a sudden. So that really instantly put me into a shock. It was last year during 2019 in January. I was trying out several meditation techniques, and then I tried one technique that helps. I mean, I just tried it out of curiosity. I wanted to know if all this talk of past life by Buddha, Mahavir, and several other great men were of any meaning, of any substance at all. Then slowly after I recalled, and then eventually I started getting some visions related to astrological deities that gradually led me to search about astrology. Then I bumped into KRS Kapil Raj's video, and then I looked into my horoscope, and you know what, the first thing I saw was that my moon placement was exactly in uh, the house that represents my very past life desire that I couldn't fulfill. And that is the reason why I have taken this current birth. So, I mean, yeah, that's how I got into astrology. So, I mean, from my side, I can firmly, authoritatively tell you that this is true, that your past life desires is definitely hidden in your horoscope. You don't have to be any advanced student of astrology to just see your moon placement. So yes, and then also I gave this meditation method to my mother. The very next day she was able to recall several significant incidents of her past life, and again I looked at her chart to find that her desires were again hidden in the house that she desired in past life, and she got it as well. So you can see it has been an insane journey, and I'm glad to share this with you today.
Yeah, that's really fascinating. And same like I've talked to many people, and after that, after talking about their past life, before that I don't know about their horoscope and all. They are
Mm,
same like some mistakes are there, some meditation, like many people who are doing meditation. So as we are analyzing dreams and all, so I'll get in touch with them. And after getting like one day it strikes in my mind, same like you, like there should be some prominent thing in our horoscope which will
yeah.
tell us about like why it is like what shows our past life desires. uh, so uh, uh, for example, like in the like as you said, like if we take a one woman, I talked to one woman that is like whose past life desires is related to build a house. She don't
Mm,
owns a
interesting.
house, and she was living in a rented house. And after that the owner of the house, like owner of the house, kicked her out. And she was
Oh,
in grief due to that. And after that only after like after a month or two, I just took her horoscope after listening all this when I was researching on that. And I fascinatingly find that her moon is in the fourth house. So
wow.
due
That's amazing.
to and it is very strong, like in this birth
Mm,
I cannot reveal the name due to
yes.
secrecy. But
Yeah.
then to in this birth she had made like two and three houses. She don't know about it until and unless she was not doing meditation and all. So it
Oh,
all works like she saw some things in dreams. And if we go and see that, her moon is in the fourth house, and she
mm,
was having a lot of property in this like in this birth time. So same
yeah.
like one more person is there, like his moon is in 11th house. And in the past life he has lot of desires and also wants lot of friends. But he
Yeah.
like in the past life, as he shared, he was a kind of what we call as a monk
Loner
or something.
or
Yeah, loner.
isolated.
So
Yeah.
yeah, isolated. And he wants a company, lot of company, and lot of desires
Mm,
remain in his mind when he was dying. So he took a birth with the moon placement in the 11th house. Also
that's
I think you
fascinating.
have shared one experience of fifth house, like someone has fifth house in the past life. They She was
Yeah,
desiring for
that was, yeah, even my mom had it. And in her previous life, like in her final years, her main desire was to have a child. She was obsessed with having a child, but she adopted the children of her siblings. So in this life, she got me, and she has her moon placed in the fifth house. So how
oh,
fascinating is that?
that's really cool. And
Yeah.
also like when we are when we are talking to these people, I get to know if it is true, then it is also true on some chart, like some uh, we have a charts of some incarnation of Vishnu and all.
Mm.
So I just try to figure out, like I just go through their chart and try to figure out. And what I find was their moon is also like very prominent, which signify very strong themes of their past life desires. although they are god, and many of their incarnation are still like they did not uh, get a proper death, like they just take a moksha and all, but they
Yeah,
have
of
some
course.
statement in their life, in the present life, and those statements are like there are some pending karmas, their karmas,
Mhm.
which convert into their desires for
Yeah.
their next birth, and that will
Mhm.
also show like from the placement of their moon. For example, let me share the chart of Sri Ram and Sri Krishna to take the authentic detail of this research. So this is the chart of Lord Shri Ram. So before
Mhm.
Shri Ram, there is an incarnation of Parshuram, Lord Parshuram.
Mhm.
So Lord Parshuram, due to some circumstances, or he killed his mother. So
Yeah.
and after that he remorsefully think about it, and he was like, why did he kill her mother? And after some time he again regenerate her mother, and give life to her. But then too there is a utter desire in his life, that or either we can say there's so much emotion attached with her mother, why he killed
Yeah.
her mother and all. Also the second thing with his life is
Mhm.
like his incarnation is to kill lot of people, lot of kshatriyas, lot of kings who are ruling that time, and they did not follow a good path. So
Code of conduct.
yeah,
Yes.
so lot of anger is there in his if we see the life pattern of Lord Parshuram, lot of
Yeah.
anger is there. So
Mhm.
uh, after that, when he killed like thousands of kings or kshatriyas, after that he has a desire like why he was like that, and he need calmness in his life. So the next incarnation of Vishnu just reflect that, although he was not he was still alive when the Lord Rama took the birth, but those
Yeah.
desires
Exactly.
are clearly reflect in the chart of Lord Rama. First thing, he want to find something inner peace in himself only. So if we see the chart of like placement of moon in his chart, is it's in the first house,
Mhm.
and moon is also in the Cancer sign. So if we see,
Yeah.
Cancer represents the mother, and in this
Yes.
birth, Rama is taking nourishment from the three mothers. And if we
Yeah.
see the life
It's
pattern of
so
Lord,
obedient that he agrees to go into the forest itself.
yes, due to his past life, we can also relate with the karma, but we can also say his desire to fulfill the wish of her mother that he was not able to do in his last incarnation of as a Lord Parshurama. Also, moon in the like moon in the Cancer sign shows that, and moon in the first house shows like he if we see the life pattern, he just transformed himself into he was an incarnation of like full of calmness and all. So that is a
Yeah. Compassionate being.
180-degree 360-degree transformation from anger to the calm. So that shows so many things. So here also it confirms like because we know all about the past, like the incarnation of from the stories, the incarnation of Lord Parshurama and Lord Rama. So we can correlate, because many times some people might fake about their dreams and all, but we have
Yeah.
find like 10, 12 people, and after like after listening them, We did not tell them about their moon placement and all. We just find the research and we'll come up with it, and we just show this chart. And if we show the next incarnation after Lord Rama is Lord Krishna's incarnation. So in Lord Rama's life, if we see the his younger brother Lakshmana asked him to in the next birth he will be the elder brother to him, and
Mm-hmm.
he Lord Rama should be the younger brother, as uh, so that is a desire, like that is one unfulfillment thing in Lord Rama's
Mm-hmm.
life. So
Yeah.
if we see the Lord Krishna's horoscope, if we just move the Lord Rama horoscope, because he want to be a younger brother, so the moon placement, if we take the ascendant and move it, place in the third house, so that becomes the
Mm-hmm.
younger brother. Okay, so
Exactly. Yeah.
that if we see the Lord Krishna's horoscope, then the third house is of the Cancer sign, which represents the Rama, and in this birth, the Krishna is the younger brother. If we see, and again, Moon is in the first house. Again, the certain transformation in the soul. If we see
Yeah.
Lord Rama
Into the
and Lord
self.
Krishna, Lord
Yeah.
Rama always abide by certain rules and regulations, and he fulfill
Yeah. He
all
was
the
very
rules.
particular about justice and making sure that all the people are happy and content in his kingdom.
Yes, so he was always abide by the rules and regulations, and he fulfills all his rules and the regulations. But
Yeah.
in Lord Krishna incarnation, there is again certain transformation into the soul
Yeah.
only, because Moon is in the
So
first house. See, so there is a lot of transformation. I did not say the whole chart is right, because there are many versions of Rama and
yeah, there are
Krishna,
so
but
many versions of this. Yeah.
we know from
But
the
we can
Vedas.
get some idea. Yeah.
Yeah, we
At the
know
time
from
of birth.
Vedas,
Yeah.
like what is the placement of Moon, actual Moon,
Mm-hmm.
because Krishna is in Rohini, and Rama's Moon is in I think Punarvasu. So here in like if we see, he has fulfillment. He's fulfilled all his desires. Like he did not abide by any rules in
Yeah,
his.
in fact, he even made sure that when it was necessary to break a rule, definitely break a rule. Lie when it's necessary. That's what his point was, that if the end was right, if it was righteous, then it doesn't matter.
Yes. So he abide by dharma, but then too he took all the possible ways, like
Yeah,
which will fulfill the dharma. Uh,
yeah,
so he was not like he should stick to certain rituals or abide by certain rules. He just
yeah,
stick to dharma, and for that
yeah.
he took any sort of steps to fulfill.
He was very clever. If we watch the Mahabharata, we'll see that he gave all the wonderful uh, ideas, and he tactfully how he diplomatically how he handled issues of the Pandavas and
Yeah,
Kauravas.
I would say
He
like
was so
he was
clever.
the
Yeah,
best politician I have ever seen in
yeah,
like
true.
in the history. Nobody is
Yeah,
better politician or better clever person than him.
very clever. Yes,
He
I
only, if he wants that, then Mahabharata will not be in, come to existence, or if
yeah,
he
of course.
wants, it will be end
Yeah.
in one day.
In
So
Mahabharata, we see that Yudhishthir was the one, like similar to Ram. He was like writers, writers. Every rule should be followed. Like again and again, they had to play that game in spite of knowing that they might lose. And also, but in sharp contrast, we see that Krishna was like, no, no. If you have to win this war, you have to lie even if you have to. So that's
Yes,
how we
uh,
can
that's
motivate the friend.
he always stuck to dharma in that
Yeah,
context also, and also
yeah.
like due to that only there is one like if we see if I can recall like the next birth is of maybe in Kali Yuga
Kalki,
it is yeah Kalki avatar will be there.
yeah.
So
Hmm.
might be like Kalki is related with horses and all. So might be Moon will be in Ashwini or something like that, Aries sign.
Perhaps, yeah, who knows?
We can only say that. But coming to our topic, so
Yeah.
our research will fulfill from this. Also, we have seen some other charts, your the main motto is like wherever your moon sits, then
Hmm.
that shows your past life desires. It's
Yeah,
not like somewhere it's written in granthas also, but we have come up with the live experience
yeah.
after talking to some people uh, who have some mistakes, or we can say other people who have some sort of kundalini things are there after meditation. So uh, likewise, so
And also, yeah.
if you
So
can
I was just going to
discuss.
say that.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, so I was saying that wherever also we see that wherever the moon sits, this wobbly, fluctuating nature also comes into existence. So, like, suppose whatever our desire is, it's for a lot of people I've seen that that desire keeps on getting postponing, and there's a lot of frustration. They put so much drive and energy into it, then again they get frustrated, lots of failures, and then lots of attempts are made. Like for example, like my mom had moon in the fifth house, and so she was like crazy obsessed with having a child. I mean, it was the obsession was a lot more than other women of her age. So, and also she had to wait for some years before I was born. So I think I've seen in many charts that wherever the moon is placed, sometimes people also have to wait for it.
Yeah,
And then of
maybe
course,
either they wait for maybe because from a certain house we have seen so many significations are there. For
yeah.
example, if we as you told about fifth house, so from fifth house we also see the education, we also see the love affairs, we also see the childbirth. So maybe any one of the signification is left in the past life as a
Mhm.
desire. So if some desires are very prominent, then we can say
Mhm.
might be if you take a birth to fulfill that desire only, then
Yeah,
it might take you are having a lot of craving for that to fulfill that desire.
yeah.
And
Mm.
due to that, maybe if the person have take birth for particular that thing only, then it might take some time, but that will be
Yeah.
fulfilled.
Also,
Because
maybe to
otherwise,
pay back some karma related to that.
yes. Also, one thing I've noticed at the end of your life, if you are happily fulfilled and you
Content.
don't have many desires or something, so you did not take a birth. I have met with one person who have some like we uh, some symbol on his head, and
Hmm.
that symbol was literally in his grandfather's head also.
Oh, okay. In his head also.
Same. And
Yeah.
he took birth after his grandfather, and he
Mhm.
uh, he has so many thing correlate with the grandfather. And that person have like literally his grandfather was very concerned about the family, and he was
Hmm.
also
There must
concerned
have been so
about
many
the family.
similarities
Yeah,
between them.
so
Yeah.
lot of things. So that desire has come some he was mentally always thinking about the family and all.
Mhm.
that also shows
Yeah.
how the moon placement is very, because
Yeah.
everyone knows we saw gochara from moon, transit from moon. Moon is very
Transit. Yeah.
important in our astrology. Our emotions are run
Yeah.
by moon only.
How
Everything is
stable the mind is, how content we are, happiness,
yeah.
everything.
So the placement of moon is very important and also shows
Yeah.
if we see the signification of houses, every houses, we will get to know
Mm.
something has been pending related to that house where the moon is
Yeah.
sitting. So
Mm.
that is the main theme we are we come up with the certain results after analyzing this.
Yeah.
So uh, uh, can you explain can you tell about something like each house, if moon is sitting in the first house and second house, then something related with family is there.
Yeah, we should discuss that. So I'm going to talk about random houses, just the ones
Yeah.
that I know very well. So, like what you said about that person who wanted to have lots of friends and companionship, I have seen the same case in another person who has, I mean, has got a hint of their past life, and this person also has moon in the 11th house, and we can see that this person, that people with similar placement, it's possible that maybe they wanted to work in large organizations in MNCs, and they wanted to connect with a lot of people. And apart from socializing, they also wanted to suppose even if it's, let's say, it could be any kind of people, let's say if we see that the entire chart is pointing towards spirituality, then it could also be possible that this person wants to meet like-minded spiritual people. So we see how the 11, how simple significations can play so much role in a chart. And then we go back to the eighth house. We see that this person, in previous life, may not have fulfilled their desires related to work and karma, or this person might have desires of status, authority in society. Maybe there's some karma that they could not fulfill. I've seen that moon in 10th house people can be too obsessed with their careers, very ambition, a lot of like if you talk to them all day, they'll just be talking about work, work, work. I have seen that, and
Okay.
so in simpler terms, that just shows the 10th house. And then the ninth house, if we just briefly talk about the ninth house, it's of course the dharma principles and pilgrimage. Maybe this is the desire, past life desire of a person. Also it could mean that that the person can be quite devoted to their fathers. I mean, in some charts I've seen that, because it's also the chart for the father. And then eighth house, of course, again we eighth house is all about, so much has been said about the eighth house. It's so misunderstood. A lot of astrologers might scare people with any planet in the eighth house, but I don't see it in a negative light. I think it could make one person interested to know about the deeper side of hidden things. Basically, it could be anything. It could be taboo related things like sex, or it could be that the person is a good spy or a detective. They can be excellent researcher. Maybe their past life desire was to research well, to go into depth into hidden things that society doesn't really talk about,
Yeah, maybe
and
it is
uncover
related
secrets.
to
Yeah,
mistakes also, like Tantra Mantra, that is also like
yeah.
revealing something
Yes,
unknown, and also
yeah.
related to
No,
astrology also is seen from
definitely,
that,
yeah,
because in astrology
yeah,
also we are coming up with the hidden things in our
yeah.
everybody's chart,
Mhm.
like life pattern. So there are a lot of things are there. Same
Yeah,
if we see the maybe if moon is in 12th house in the last life, we can say that person was indulge did not get time for oneself, and due to that yeah, he was busy with so many things in his past life, so he wants some time for himself or herself. Due to that, in this life the moon is in the 12th, and that shows like
Yeah.
give some times, give or spend some time to your own, or
Yeah.
might be some
Isolate yourself,
desire
maybe.
related to foreign countries are there, might be there,
Yeah. Foreign
like
lands. Yeah.
because many
Also,
people
the
want to
desire to
travel.
explore
Yes,
space and the other dimension and things related to meditation as well. And basically, it's all about isolation.
and also
Yeah.
in the first video of Dream Analyzer, in
Mhm.
that we have talked about 12th house as a higher dimension, which is subconscious
Yeah.
mind. So subconscious mind is so all our desires or past life memories are there,
Mhm.
and if some
Yeah,
desire is
definitely.
there, then it will be striking again and again in our mind.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
subconscious mind is also a part of our mind only, that is part
Yeah.
of our
So it
moon
would be
only.
interesting to see the dream of a person who has moon in the 12th house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course,
So,
like maybe
mhm.
because moon, that is also one thing we can see from moon. Like in any house desires are there, so desires are in our memories only. It is not
Yeah,
outside
true.
our body, it's a feeling which is fed in our subconscious mind,
It's
so
all in
that
the
is a
mind. Yeah.
striking. Whenever the subconscious mind is in a, so why certain people only sees that is because like only few people will meditate. Due to that they will clear up their chakras or some their upper layers
Past
of the
karma,
mind.
whatever
Yeah,
was
so
there. Yeah.
during their sleep they'll go into the deep meditate when they are sleeping, so their subconscious mind is more active.
They have access to all
Yeah,
this information.
so that is why it the paths are clear, and the all desires are striking one by one.
Yeah.
So
Then we talk about what, seventh house. So maybe there's desire to, for, as you said earlier, for unionship or for business, just to I mean deal with other people, the outside world. It could also mean contracts and several
yes.
things. Yeah.
So likewise, we can like people knows about the houses, like
Yeah.
placement houses. So we just need to see the house placement, and we'll get to know very easily. We'll get to know some
Yeah.
past life desires are there for sure related to that
Yeah.
house. Due to that only we have to birth, and from this birth also, if someone is watching this video, they will get to know if they have some desires relate if they are desiring something and they are not able to fulfill their desires, then for sure they will took the birth in the next life, and their moon will be in certain house for sure.
But it all depends on karma
Yeah,
too.
the yes
So yeah, better do good karma.
yes, because not everyone is doing the good karmas, but it's general
Yeah.
saying according to this research. At the when you are dying, if you don't have any desires, then that is
Yeah.
the state
But
of
you know what?
moksha
I don't
only.
think we have to wait until we die also, because a
No,
lot of things can be done in this life. Like how nowadays law of attraction is so much in vogue, and
yes,
so we can still, I mean, try to constantly just hammer it inside the head. Okay, this object is already with me, and there are so many other methods. I mean, Rhonda Byrne and many others have discussed that. We can still try that. And also, I mean, I'll try to be brief because it's already such a long video.
yes,
I've also
yes.
seen that when the natals, like, we'll discuss this in separate video, but still, we also see that a person becomes more aware of their impending desires when their Sarisati, this transit of Saturn or near the houses of natal moon happens. Then suddenly the awareness towards this desire, somehow it just wakes up. It's like a wake up call. So
Yes,
yeah,
because Saturn
that can,
will make
yeah,
so many changes in our like when it was
yeah,
transiting our moon, it will
yeah,
make so much changes in our mind. Due to that
yeah,
will come up with the subtle desire what we have
Yeah.
many a times.
A lot of people I've
But
seen that before that this transit they were desiring something else, but then Saturn came and trained them nicely, and then now they finally know exactly what they desire, what why they're here to do in life. Me, for example,
b- b-
Saturn taught me much,
because
and then
Saturn is also
finally, yeah,
the ruler of karma, our
yeah, the
karma.
judge,
So it will do certain karma related to our desires, which will be
yeah,
fulfilled during Sadhasati,
yeah,
either on the hard way or the soft way.
yeah. Anyway,
So that depends on our
placement, many
majorly on the
factors. Yeah,
placements and what we have
mm,
done, because whenever
yeah.
Saturn transit, it will always Saturn always see
It's
30
moving.
years,
Yeah,
yeah, like
yeah.
in whole cycle what we have did, what we have not did. So it's all
Hmm.
depend on that, but we'll get to know about this. That's really fascinating when I get to know about this.
Yeah,
And
me too.
maybe we'll come up with different charts and research in future, uh,
Yeah. We would love to
deep into.
discuss stars.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's a great discussion. And
Yeah.
hope everyone likes this video and the information shared, and
Yeah.
also
And
likes our research.
to the viewers, if you have anything to add to our conversation, then feel free to comment in the comment section. And also, you can connect us on Instagram and by email as well. We would love to hear from you.
So all the details are in the description. You can go
Yeah.
to description box and check about like our Gmail or Instagram.
Yeah.
And if you really like the content research, or so, please do
Then do
subscribe our.
subscribe to us,
And
and we will come up with more videos like these.
yeah, thank you and be safe.
Yeah. Thank you all.